This is Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. He is barely in his mid-30s, yet he controls one of the most heavily armed states on Earth. He commands the fourth largest military in the world. He holds nuclear weapons, and he stands at the head of a dynasty that has ruled its people through fear, violence, and absolute control for more than 7 decades. But Kim Jong-un is not just another dictator. He is a man pulled in two opposite directions. On one side, the brutal communist system built by his grandfather and reinforced by his father. On the other, the pressure to reinvent himself as a modern, legitimate leader in a changing world. That tension defines his rule. Does he soften the image of the regime and risk weakening its grip? Or does he preserve the criminal, authoritarian system he inherited and ensure survival at any cost? The choice he makes may determine not only his future, but the fate of the Kim dynasty itself. Kim Jong-un is only the third man to ever rule North Korea. He followed his grandfather, Kim Il-sung, and his father, Kim Jong-il, both worshipped by the state as near-divine figures. They ruled absolutely. Their authority was unquestioned. Their power was enforced through terror. Now, more than a decade into his leadership, Kim Jong-un faces a defining moment. He stands at a crossroads. Should he attempt to pull North Korea into the modern world and present it as a legitimate nation? Or should he continue running it as a rogue state, exactly as his predecessors did? Some observers compare his situation to a mafia heir trying to go straight. Like Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 3, Kim inherited a system built on crime and coercion. But without that system, the regime cannot function. North Korea is crippled by international sanctions. Legal trade is almost non-existent. To survive, the state relies on illicit activity. Weapons trafficking, drug production, counterfeit currency. Cybercrime. These operations are believed to generate billions of dollars each year. That money flows directly to the leadership. It funds loyalty, it sustains the system, it keeps the dynasty alive. At times, Kim Jong-un has hinted at change. He has appeared publicly with his wife. He has met foreign leaders. He has projected an image of confidence and modernity. But in 2017, he was pulled back into the darkest traditions of his family rule. His older half-brother, Kim Jong-nam, had long been sidelined from power. He lived abroad, mostly in China. Occasionally, he spoke critically about the regime. Then intelligence sources revealed something far more dangerous. Kim Jong-nam was reportedly providing information to U.S. intelligence. For Kim Jong-un, this was unforgivable. On February 13, 2017, at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Kim Jong-nam walked into the terminal, unaware that his fate was sealed. Two women approached him. They smeared a substance across his face. Minutes later, he collapsed. The substance was VX nerve agent, one of the deadliest chemical weapons ever created. The women believed they were part of a prank. They thought they were filming a hidden camera television stunt. They had been groomed for months by North Korean agents posing as producers. The operation was meticulous. Chemists, lookouts, handlers, a command structure straight out of Cold War espionage. Kim Jong-nam staggered to the airport medical clinic, seeking help. Behind the scenes, operatives monitored his condition to ensure the poison had done its work. The assassination shocked the world. The women were arrested and charged with murder, a crime punishable by death in Malaysia. Eventually, both were released after years in prison. The message, however, had already been delivered. Kim Jong-un's half-brother died publicly, painfully, and on camera. His body was returned to North Korea under tight supervision. It was not just revenge, it was a warning. To understand Kim Jong-un, one must understand the world he was raised in. Beneath North Korea lies a second country, a hidden one. A network of tunnels, roads, railways, and underground complexes built to protect the ruling family. These passages allow Kim Jong-un to move unseen, shielded from satellites and foreign intelligence. Some tunnels stretch for miles. Some are believed to lead across borders. Kim Jong-un grew up inside this secret world. It shaped him completely. He was raised in isolation, surrounded by bodyguards instead of friends. He was called the Little General. Real soldiers bowed to him as a child. Normal life was impossible. His father, Kim Jong-il, was intensely paranoid. That paranoia was passed down. Even today, Kim Jong-un's security is extreme. His food is inspected grain by grain. His bodyguards are elite operatives. He even travels with a portable toilet to prevent foreign intelligence from analyzing his biological waste. Yet there is another side to his story. As a teenager, Kim Jong-un lived in Switzerland under a false name. He attended public school, he played basketball, He wore NBA jerseys and idolized Michael Jordan. Classmates remember him as competitive, confident, and intensely driven to win. He spoke proudly about North Korea's future. He enjoyed freedom, travel, and privilege. Then everything changed. His mother fell ill. His aunt and uncle, fearing for their safety, defected. They disappeared overnight, leaving him behind without explanation. It was a profound betrayal. Soon after, Kim was summoned home. He never returned to Europe. Within a decade, he would become the leader of one of the most repressive states on earth. Early in his rule, many believed his Western exposure would make him a reformer. He promised better living standards. He vowed that his people would never again starve. To hold power long-term, Kim knew fear alone would not be enough. He built ski resorts, theme parks, shopping malls, restaurants. He promoted entertainment, leisure, and controlled modernity. At his side stood his wife, a former singer turned first lady. She helped project a softer, more relatable image. Together, they were presented as the face of a new North Korea. Technology followed, limited internet access, expanded mobile phones, even state-approved influencers. But information is dangerous. The more North Koreans see the outside world, the harder it becomes to sustain the illusion. To secure the dynasty, Kim needed someone he could trust absolutely. That person was his sister. Kim Yo-jong had long lived in the shadows, quiet, invisible, till she wasn't. She rose rapidly through the ranks, becoming the regime's propaganda chief. She controlled messaging, foreign communications, and internal discipline. In 2018, she crossed into South Korea during the Winter Olympics, the first Kim family member to do so since the Korean War. She smiled. She said little. She commanded attention. Behind the scenes, her power grew darker. She issued threats, oversaw punishments, ordered acts of intimidation. In 2020, she was elevated above senior generals. State media began quoting her directly, a privilege almost no one else held. The system had evolved. A dual dictatorship emerged. Kim Jong-un became the polished statesman, measured diplomatic. Modern Kim Yo-jong became the enforcer, the voice of fear, the bad cop. Together, they preserved the dynasty while adapting. But the final challenge remains. To truly modernize North Korea, Kim Jong-un must end decades of isolation. He must step fully onto the world stage, and doing so may be the most dangerous decision of all.